Now, can you imagine a world without technology? It is actually very difficult. Now, a couple of weeks ago, we had a problem with M-Pesa. And the country was in chaos. How many people had a problem here because of that shutdown or whatever it was? Now, I saw on TV, in supermarkets, their traders were taking back commodities bought by people, but they could not pay because technology failed them. Now, think about this world without technology. Now, in this country, we have now enjoyed the blessing of SGR. Now we can go to Mombasa using 5 hours. Those of us who have gone to other countries, you get the fast train, the speed trains, that moves at about 400 kilometers per hour or something like that. And now try to imagine that. Try to imagine how you use technology at home. Look at the cars we have today. They're even telling us we have cars that have that don't have drivers. Technology is on the high increase. Now look at what you can do with this gadget today. This gadget has replaced many other gadgets. This gadget here has replaced the calculator. This gadget here has replaced the camera. This gadget here has replaced what else? A notebook. Yeah? Watch, yes. Now you don't need watches. Well, people have watches, but they don't even look at the watches. They look at the phones. What else? Calendar, yes. Now, I will not be surprised seeing people ignoring these calendars they give now towards the end of the year. They are no more important to us. We can defer to our phones. What else? Na hii kona inaonekana diko na hii shida. The technology. What else? Radio, yes. You don't need a radio. You know, a stereo. This is good enough. What else? The Bible. Now we don't carry our Bibles. There are churches that say, if you have your Bible lifted up, now we have all manner of things being lifted up. You know, laptops, tablets, mobile phones, and so on and so forth. Now, I don't have much time because time is far much gone to go into the details of this. But let me say a few things. The truth is, today, we don't only use technology, but we live technology. But the truth is, friends, even with the great technological advancement we have today, there are things that technology cannot do. Technology is not everything. Somebody said, I will only be impressed with technology until I can download food from my phone. Now, one of the things I wanted to show you is a 39 seconds video clip of a very good advertisement for toilet paper. Saying toilet paper again, yes. Now, this was an advert that was made in France. Now, it's a good advert, and I like good adverts. They are very nice. Unfortunately, in this country, the best adverts are for alcohol and other things. You know, if you are keen on good advertisement. Now, let me explain briefly on this advertisement. There is this man who has his wife is called Emma. Now, Emma is doing things. Now, you know women, she writes stickers and sticks them on the fridge. You know those sticky stickers? Then the husband says, Emma, you don't need to stick that. There is an iPad here. You can use the stickers on your iPad. Now, Emma is playing crosswords, you know, filling words on a magazine. The husband says, Emma, no. There is an iPad here, use it. Now, this man gets the wife printing a document. Then the man says, Emma, no, you don't need to print, read it. Then this guy went to the toilet. And after finishing his business, he discovered the toilet paper roll is over. So he said, Emma, Pass me the toilet paper. Then Emma went to the iPad, downloaded toilet paper and pushed it to the man. What does that mean? It's a wonderful, you can YouTube it. Those of us who are able to do that, go look at that. I have the link. I wish I can say it. That is a video I could have shown you here. It's a 39 seconds video. But it is a video telling us that technology is not everything. But the problem is, the way this world is moving, we are being told that technology is everything. Human wisdom. But the truth is, as the Bible says, that the greatest advancement of our wisdom means the beginning of God's wisdom. So there is no way our human wisdom and knowledge and intelligence will supersede the wisdom of God. There is nothing that will replace the wisdom of God. Now, technology is a double-edged sword, meaning it is good and it is bad. But for now, let me go to the bad things. The good things, we can speak about them another day. And see, and somebody say technology is of course a double-edged sword. Fire can cook our food, but it can also burn us. And this is the truth we need to get as Christians. That while this technology is good, it can also harm us, and it is indeed harming us in many, many ways. And I want to talk about a few things of how technology is harming us today. And before I do that, let me make a disclaimer here. Now, people of this age, I work with young people. Now, but when I come to the people of this age, there is what we call a fallacy, a lie, where we think that the problem of this gadget is a problem of teens and youth. Children of these days. But the truth is, they could be using it more, but it is also your problem. We say, hii ni shida ya vijana, but the truth is, it is also your problem. So don't say, huyu anatuambia nini, ageenda kwa youth nimeenda. It is your problem. That's why I'm here today. So we're going to look at a few things very quickly on how technology is affecting us today. Number one is what we can call technological addiction. Addiction. That means getting into a state that you cannot live without these things. That when you're not supposed to use it, you are still using it. Now, one of the pictures I could have shown you is the Facebook logo. Watu wanajua Facebook inakaa F hivi, si ndio? And they are telling us today, why do we have that logo of Facebook? Because that is how people are, like that F. Because they must stand in that posture. Everyone is on their gadgets every time. It is becoming a problem. I work with young people. We just finished our teens camp from our church. And all these young people with these gadgets, they cannot do anything without referring to these gadgets. And I'm asking, what are we producing in these kids? Now, let me tell you what statistics are saying today. Now, we don't do that research here in an African context, so I'm giving you research from the West. And we are not far from that. So, because it has not been done here, let me give you what they're telling us. This is a research that was done by Nokia. They say that one person out of 4 spend more time online each day than they do to sleep. That people are spending more time on their phones than they are doing sleeping. And you know, sleeping is very important. The person who was taking us through the exercise here, it's only that he cannot tell you to sleep for 5 minutes. It is very important. Actually, even when I preach in the church, I don't mind when people sleep, by the way. Because this is a place of peace. We understand outside there is a lot of problem. But when we come here, we soothe you, we tell you, oh, praise the Lord. Brothers and sisters, now, why people find their peace here and sleep? It is very healthy. But look at what statistics are saying. That more people are taking more time on these gadgets than they do sleeping. And that is very disturbing. Now, this is another one that was done in the UK. And they said that social media addiction is more addictive than smoking. You get so much addicted to it than one would get addicted to smoking. And that tells you there is a big problem. So there is a growing dependency on these gadgets, which is not good. it is pathological, which means it has adverse effects. Number 2, technology is now killing social life completely. Now, when people are supposed to talk to each other, they are on their gadgets. You're meeting someone for a cup of tea to catch up, but everyone is on their phones. At home, everyone is on their phones. In church, when you're supposed to be listening, you're following up on a chat that ended last night and you have to. I wish I could have shown you all these pictures because I have them here. Social media is killing social life. And we are social beings. Now, in the world, we have pictures of people connected. You see, everyone is connected. Connected to who? And this is the paradox of technology. Something that is supposed to bring us together is putting us away. We have many pictures of connectivity. People are connected. But the truth is, they are telling us that we have more. But the pictures we are seeing, we are connected. So social life is being killed by social media. The other problem, and this applies to many people, is what we call, using this language of technology, infidelity.com. There is a lot of infidelity going on using this gadget. Marriages have been destroyed. Relationships have been destroyed because of this simple gadget. I keep on asking parents, how many people have passwords on their phones? You know, and the first thing they say, children touch it, so we need to, you know, passwords and pattern. You know, there are people whose patterns look like a Chinese bridge. Very complicated. You cannot even, the hackers cannot even hack it. Many people have had problems. You hear people who go to the bathroom with their phones. I asked a guy the other day, what do you do with this phone at home? He said, no, we have agreed with my wife. My phone has an option called missed call. So that means if I miss one, I'll find it. So she should not respond to my calls. A big problem. Now, there's something they call snooping. Snooping is when you take your partner's phone and you want to see what is going on. And we say this, because I also do these marriage things. We say, trouble is inevitable in any marriage. But please, stop looking for it. Let it come. But we are very good at looking at, because if you want to look for trouble, and I'm not saying you should not be vigilant, but please, don't go look for trouble. Let it bring itself. Now, if you start reading all the messages your husband gets, oh, my sister, you'll always be here being prayed for. Stop looking for that trouble. Be at peace. But this is what is happening. This gadget is breaking families. And we have had it. You bump into a very bad message. The other day, we heard of a story of a man who accidentally saw the M-Pesa statement of the wife. I don't know how. Then the man discovered that every month the wife sends some money to the person who works outside for them, the person who cleans their car. So the husband was very curious, started to do investigations, and discovered Kube, my wife has been having a relationship with this man here. Now, these things are good, but they are also very, very bad. Let me go to the next one, because if we start getting into that, we're going to spend a lot of time. The other thing is indecent behavior. These gadgets here. Things that are not supposed to be pleasant among Christians. Pornography. Even among adults, when we go for couple seminars, now it is a common question. You get someone said, I was doing something with my husband's phone, and lo and behold, I saw some pornographic content on the phone. And we thought it is a problem with young people, even old people. Look at the WhatsApp groups you are in, all those million. You know, some people said nude pictures there, and we are very happy. And this is what I tell teenagers because they keep on asking me about pornography. I tell them, Mr. Sipo has this. If you are looking at pornography and you admire those naked pictures, then lo and behold, you see your sister or a cousin or a close relative who had gone to some country and they send money to you, you don't know what they do. Then you see them there. What are you going to do? Are you going to enlarge the picture? Are you going to send it? What are you going to do? You're going to be disgusted. And they keep on asking, what is so wrong with your family member and so right with another family member you don't know? Because they also belong to families. But this is bad behavior. The other day you had in some county of MCA. She was supposed to send her naked pictures to someone. Then, unfortunately, ikaenda kwa group. In this country, did you hear about that? Yes. Now, if you were to look at your phone today, what could happen? And that's why when people forget their phones, they can even crash their cars going back for them. Because you know the things they are in. You know, indecent behavior happening, these gadgets. And the Bible says, if for us Christians, we should not even have a hint of those bad things. We should not even be party to them. Let me go to the next one, which is now we are all victims of this. Distraction. Somebody said that social media is, or these social media things are weapons of mass distraction. There we have mass distraction. Now, these things distract you big time. They take all your time away. You know, video games. The games we have on our phones. You go to public places. The other day, so I went to a lawyer's office and we are waiting there. And I was seeing a man getting agitated. And I'm wondering, what is wrong? A relatively old man. Kube, he was losing in a game. And he was getting agitated. And I said, what is wrong with this man? Distraction. When you're supposed to be doing something, you are looking at those WhatsApp chats, which are address, and you end up not doing the very most important things. Phone usage when driving is a big problem. They have told us in this country that phone usage among top causes of accidents in Kenya. The other day I saw something on social media in some country. A woman lost, she was in hospital. The husband and 3 children were going to see her. Then a driver who was driving a truck was messaging while driving, and he lost control and hit the car, and they all died. And now she is moving somewhere, everywhere, telling people, please don't text when you're driving, because it is going to distract you. And this is the behavior we see in our country. People even text and they think they are okay. Women say, we can multitask. And then you bring trouble to other people. Distraction. The other problem is gambling. This is a problem we have not only with young people but even with old people. Addiction to this thing is on the high rise. When you look at our mainstream media, they advertise these things. They don't tell you the whole story. Actually, this is the problem with advertisement again. They don't tell you all the story. There's a video I showed our youth the other day on alcohol. And there is a video I heard that said, if alcoholic adverts were honest, how could they be looking like? Because they only show you the good things, but they don't show you what happens after that. And there were episodes of a very good gentleman helping himself in public because his conscience is gone. You know, someone smashing a car because they are drunk. Somebody being messy at home. So he said, they don't tell you the whole thing. And this is what is happening in this thing. Gambling, and people think it is okay. Everywhere you go, people are doing that. Where I go to the garage, I find people, even who did go to school, are very keen trying to place money there and crying, no. We have had students, even in my church, the other day I had a problem. A young man was sent to take some money somewhere, substantial amount of money. Then he thought that there was what they call sure bet, like he was very sure a certain team would beat another one. Then the team was badly beaten and he lost all the money. He could have gotten like triple the money he had placed there. And now they are even telling us suicidal cases are increasing among young people because of this problem of gambling. And the gambling companies are making billions of money every month. And there are so many. And some of you could be even betting now. That's okay. But one of the reasons why people bet is not to get rich. Is to gain the money they have lost in betting. That is one of the reasons why people bet. You want to recover what you have lost in betting. Because these things are serious. Funny behavior is another thing. Look at what is happening today. Funny behavior. And I have a picture here of someone who have drowned in a river and they are calling out for help. Now instead of people helping them, they are taking pictures. Now when I was growing up, we were told when you have food on the table, you say grace for the food. But look at this, what's happening today. People are taking pictures instead of saying a prayer. Especially young people. There is a problem called selfie. And we say selfies are very selfish. And it's very surprising when you get mature people taking selfies, even women. Okay. Now, there is a study that has come out saying, and I've seen even videos, that this year alone, about what has been reported, about 250 people have died while taking selfies. There is one who was taking a selfie near a train station and she was hit by a train. You know, funny behaviors. You know. Now, the accidents happening everywhere. And then you see somebody taking a picture of a grisly accident with dead bodies and circulating it. And then it comes to your WhatsApp, then you're forwarding it to your village WhatsApp, to the chama. What is that, honestly? You know, you are forwarding pictures of dead people in an accident. The other day we had a problem in my church here, St. Andrew's Church. We have a good university ministry there. We are in the meeting, then somebody starts crying at once and we are wondering what is happening. Because his brother died and they had not come to tell him. You know, it's a very sad story. When somebody dies, there is a way you break the news. Then somebody in the village posted it on Facebook. Paul, rest in peace, so and so. Saying, oh my God. So he started crying and we were wondering what is happening. We went to him. You know, imagine, and I saw him the first time on social media. Na wale wengine nyumbani wametuma mtu akuje pole pole amwambie. No, imagine that situation. Funny behavior. And you want to be the first to break the news. Rest in peace. Seriously? Technology and parenting is a big, big problem today now. Children are complaining that their parents are not giving them due attention because when they are supposed to do that, they are on their gadgets. Parents are worried about their kids because they don't know what they are getting on these phones, on these gadgets. They don't know what they are accessing. Parents are so much worried about that. These gadgets have invited young people to do very interesting things. Now, there's something that we are trying to investigate now in the city. Every Sunday, like today, the upper part of town next to Anniversary Towers, when you go there, like now Sunday afternoon, where there is less traffic, you get a whole bunch of young people taking pictures using very expensive cameras. Now, when you just look at them, you may think it's young people taking, but there's something beyond that. The other day, we went there quietly to see what is happening. They're even removing, you know, paying guards at some corners, taking pictures when they are naked. You know, what do you think that will do to our young people? And they are there during the day with cameras. They even carry bags to change their outfits. It's something that is happening. The other day we had something called Ifikia Wazazi. Mliona hiyo? You know, pictures of teenagers taking very pictures, you know, erotic pictures. Then they said, Ata Sisi, Ifikia Wazazi from our side because we have learned from them. And they look for all the bad pictures of parents and they started circulating them. So we are living in a country where immorality has been normalized. that you can post a picture of nakedness without feeling anything bad. Parents are worried about the safety of their children online. There is a lot of dangers in the internet today. Bullying is a big problem now. You see, there's something called Instagram. For those people who are old, they may not, I don't know, let me not judge them, perhaps they know. You know, where young people post pictures and, you know, they can take 100 pictures and post them and so that they can get likes. So if you don't get a like, it is a big problem. Their self-esteem goes down. Now, there is a particular case I know of a girl who was bullied online because she was told all manner of bad things by young men. You are not beautiful, you look so ugly, and the girl almost committed suicide. In this country, I think it was in the news some time back, where a lady, a mature lady, committed suicide because she decided to seek advice from a Facebook group, whatever it is called, these random Facebook groups. She posted her story there waiting for help from people. But instead of people helping her, they bullied her, and she committed suicide. I think it was in the media, and some people can remember that. You know, there was a game that, video game, these games you played, you know, kids play. And we don't know the effect these video games have. There's one video game called The Blue Whale. It was quite recent, you can check it out. This is a video game that had 50 steps. And you only move to the next step after completing the previous one. And the last step was committing suicide. And we had many teenagers commit suicide because of that game. Now, the person who came up with that game was arrested and taken to court. Do you know what he told the court? That we should not prosecute him, rather we should thank him for helping us get rid of biological waste. So he said, those kids that have committed suicide, they are actually biological waste, meaning they were not even supposed to be born. How can you commit suicide because somebody told you to commit suicide? That was his argument. Go check it out. You look at the cartoons. When we want to send our kids away, we send them to cartoons. Nowadays, cartoons have homosexual themes. Cartoons, we can tell you which ones. We know them. Now, because now you want to keep your kids busy, you want to do something, you want to talk, you put some, even today, you know, in the afternoon, they want to watch cartoons, but you should be very vigilant because you don't know what they are going to watch. So what should we do as I conclude now as Christians? There are many things we can say. What should we do? Now, the truth is, God is not quiet on these things. God has a word on these things. The reading that was read to us in 1 Corinthians 6 says, verse 12, that everything is permissible. I have the right to do everything I want to do. But there is another voice that tells you, not everything is constructive. Not everything is godly. Not everything is helpful. And therefore you need to have some wisdom to know that I can access anything I want, I can do everything I want, but not everything is beneficial. Not everything is constructive. Titus chapter 2 verse 11 and 12 says that the grace of God has appeared to us, teaching us to say no to things that are not right. Because there are many things technology is inviting us to that are not godly. But the grace of God has appeared to us to teach us to say no. And then the second reading that was done for us, Philippians chapter 4, telling us what things should we look at. Whatsoever things are noble, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are of good report, and the list is addressed, whatsoever things are right, think of such things. So if something that is not right comes your way, then you should be very quick to say no to it. And let me give you some practical things that you can do. And because most of you here are parents, the first thing you need to do is what we call digital awareness. You need to know what is happening in the world today, like what is happening now. Now, those of us who travel in aeroplanes, when they are doing the demonstration for masks, like if there is a problem, you put up a mask comes down, you put it so that you save yourself. There's something they say, if you have a child, don't just put the child first. As a parent, you want to save the child, but they tell you, put it first to yourself so that you're able to help the child, because the child cannot help you. That's what they tell you. And it's the same thing. You cannot help your children to maneuver the dangers of these gadgets if you have no idea what is going on. It is important for you to know what is going on so that you can help. You can give talks to your kids. Number 2, have digital rules. Digital rules are important. In your house, have digital rules. For your own self, have digital rules. I know of a family where when they sit in the dinner table, everyone puts the phone in the basket. And it has become an important family value for them. Everyone has to put the phone in the basket. Because the children should know that you don't use this gadget all the times. That can only happen when you have self-discipline and values. Teach yourself values. Teach your kids values. The camp I was telling you, we had a discussion with parents because they were saying, make it a rule that these kids should not come with gadgets into this camp. I said no. I'm going to take away that gadget from them, but the camp ends on Friday. So who will take it away on Saturday? Mine is to teach them values that will help them to manage this gadget, to know you're not supposed to be on it every time. And I tell them what I do with myself. I have to read a lot of WhatsApp groups by the nature of my work, but I don't do it every time. I have specific hours. When I'm having my tea in the office, that's when I check 30 minutes. But not every time I'm looking at my phone. And actually technology itself can help you to handle itself. You know, notifications, you can remove notifications from your phone. So that when every message comes, you don't want to hear it buzzing. Because this is one of the reasons why we look at our phones. Because your WhatsApp is on, your Facebook is on. So when a message comes in, it beeps. You have to check here, Vicky, it is M-Pesa. Now, you keep on looking at your phone. But you can put the notifications off for some applications. So that you can only check messages when you want, not when they come to you. The other thing is read by example. This is to parents here. Don't expect your kids to do what you don't do. And don't expect your kids not to do what you don't do. One of the most important things with adults, our kids according to the example we give them. And somebody said children have never been so good at listening to their elders, but they have never failed to imitate them. So if they can see you at home, instead of talking to your wife, you're always on the phone, what do you expect them to do? If that is the culture of your family, you are seated and everyone is on their phone and it's not a problem, then what are you doing to those kids if you cannot lead by example? So finally, what am I going to say? What is happening in the world today? The world is inviting us to move with the times. And that's why we have smartphones today, because these are the times. The times demand, even if you are old, you have a smartphone. That is what the world is inviting us to. But what is God inviting us to? God, brothers and sisters, is inviting us to move with the timeless. God is the timeless. He is the same yesterday, today, and forevermore. Technology comes and it goes. If you are to buy a phone now, like those who like buying phones, iPhone, if you buy the latest, before you know it, you'll have the next one there. You always be on the wooings, getting the latest. But the truth is, God will never grow old. God is the timeless. The world is calling us to move with the times, but sometimes we have to move away from the times when that invitation is an invitation against our godly values and our godly stand. And brothers and sisters, I pray that God will give each one of us the wisdom to manage these gadgets, the grace to say no to those things that are not right in regard to these gadgets, and the knowledge to teach others the same. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.